Alright, so now we need to define the platform class, and you might be thinking, what's a platform and why do we need a class for it? So what we have so far is a 2D array with P's and spaces inside of the 2D array. What we're going to do is for every character in this 2D array, we are going to split out a surface that is 32 pixels by 32 pixels. All right. And so you could see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 characters, 16 P's here, right? And so what we're going to have on the width is 16 times 32 pixels wide. That's why we said here 16 times 32 for the width of the screen. All right. Each of these P's is going to represent a a 32 by 32 pixel box that's going to be blitted onto the screen, and even the spaces are going to represent a 32 by 32 pixel block. All right, but the thing is that for the spaces we are not going to print anything out. It's just for the P's. All right. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm talking about, but we are going to be creating this onto our screen, and the first block here is the first P, the second block here is the second P, the third block is the third P, and so on, right? So this first row is created using the first element in the level 2D array. Okay. The second row is created using this information, right? You see here how we have two P's on the ends. Well, what are those two P's on the ends? It's a platform here on one end, and it's a platform here on the other end. Everything else in the middle is just blank space. All right. And these two platforms are 32 by 32 pixels. Okay. And every space in the 2D array here represents a 32 by 32 pixel wide and tall box. So, we're making a very simple map here, and all it consists of is gray background and white background, right? But we could very easily make a background that has trees and rivers and grass, right? And how would we do that? We would have different characters in this level array. All right, we would have P's for platforms, we'd have G for grass, we would have R for river, we'd have O for ocean. All right, so we'd have all these different kinds of characters in here. And then when we go ahead and create our surfaces, hold on one second. When we create our surfaces, we would associate each of the different letters with a different image. All right, and so this here is a template for creating a game. And so if you wanted to make a river's edge or a lake, you would use these little sprite images, right? And this one might be associated with the letter O. This one would be associated with the letter C. This one would be G, right? L for light grass. And so that's how 2D games are built. They have a set of sprites that are associated with each letter in their map array. Okay, and so it might be a little bit confusing to you now, but just give it a little bit of time, and once we actually build our map, hopefully it'll be a little bit more clear. And of course, you could always go through and read the text here. I think I did a pretty good job of explaining it. If you read this guide, then you want to try reading it as if I'm talking to you, okay? And that way it might make more sense. Okay, but we're going back to our defining of the platform class, right? Well, what is the platform class? It is very simple. It's just a 32 by 32 pixel box that has a color. So it has a surface and a rect. So let's go ahead and make that, right? We're going to come in here. We're going to say class platform. Oh, we don't need that. And we're going to say def init. And we're going to make an image and a rect. So let me go ahead and grab one from another, let's say platform. Is it here? Nope. Is it here? Yep. All right, so let me go ahead and just grab some of this stuff. And I do want to inherit from entity, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that as well, because we are going to put these guys into groups. So actually, when I do my platform, I need to inherit from entity. Actually, let's keep it simple. Let's not do entity. Where's entity? Let's just drop this in there. And inherit from sprite directly. All right. And so what do we have here for our platform class? It's very simple. We have an image that is 32 by 32. We're converting it. We are filling it gray, but we need to make gray. So let's do that. It's equal to break open Photoshop. Let's see what gray is. All right, so 78, 80, 80. So let's just do 80 all around. 80, 80, 80. Yeah, and then with just one thing to note is that our constructor for the platform class needs to take in an X and a Y position. All right, so let's go ahead and take X pos and Y pos. And right here, let's put pos and pos. Okay, so that's about it. We kind of have a better idea of what platforms are, and we went ahead and created the class.